Hello and welcome to Mooch with me, Mike. Today we are looking around Bowleaze Cove, which is in Dorset, so around about 5 minutes up the coast from Weymouth, with all those stunning beaches. The caravan that we stayed in, the static home, was a 2-berth Derwent, and very well equipped it was. As you can see here, I ended the holiday sat outside in the glorious sunshine on this outdoor seating. It had wraparound decking to 2 sides, which got full sun all day. So I think this was number 56 on the Green Hill section. So the park itself is made up of, as you would expect, quite a few static homes, and there were also safari tents and even some lodges. So pretty sizable park. As we have a look around here, you can see that everything is really well kept, and that was the same inside. So everything looked almost brand new, and for a 2-berth with 3 adults and a child staying, it's actually fairly comfortable. We used one of the single beds to bring through into the living space, which meant that it was quite comfortable, and the doors were the sliding doors rather than the opening ones, because in these kind of caravans or static homes, I have found that it can feel just a little bit claustrophobic and you're trying to work out who can have what door open at what time. The outdoor seating was comfortable too, so seating for 4 outside, seating for 4 inside a kind of open plan living area. There was some temperature control in there, but albeit not air conditioning, which is no surprise. And yeah, just generally all round very well kept. The beds were very comfortable. There was bedding provided, but you will need to bring your own towels. As with the static home, the grounds themselves were also incredibly well kept. And in this section, we're going to take a real-time walk from the Green Hill section down to the main reception area and then across to the south side. There is a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit around the site, which is quite common in a lot of these parks. The grounds are really well manicured, and there are paths all around the site as well. And what I would say is, even though we were staying in the first week of the 6 weeks holidays and there were lots of children and families around, it wasn't too manic actually, and that goes for the facilities as well. This was the first week of this 6-week summer holiday, and we've been enjoying a very nice heat wave in the UK, and we got glorious blue skies. This particular walk was on the first day of arrival. Sorry, it wasn't actually. It was on the first day after our arrival. So we were able to check in at 4 p.m. on the Friday, and I got up nice and early, around about 8 p.m. to then walk down and capture this video without poking my camera into everybody's face. I do see that despite using the gimbal, there is a little bit of shakiness there, so I hope that's not too jarring. And the other thing that I would say as we walk around the site is it is also very pet friendly. So we were staying in a dog friendly and accessible static home. Dogs are welcome around most of the site, apart from the areas where you would fully expect they wouldn't be. So those would be kind of indoor restaurants and the indoor entertainment venue. On the south side part of the complex, there was the Drift Beach Bar, and there was also some other kind of pop-ups and things like that, and also Bowleaze Cove, which is owned by Waterside, also dog friendly there as well. And we'll see that a little bit later on in the video. I took some footage of the Cove, very nice it was too. Just lots of spots to while away a few happy hours in the sunshine, and it didn't cost the earth. So these are the static caravans. We were probably just about, not the furthest away from the facilities, but not very shy of that. So another kind of minute or two walk in the opposite direction would have taken us to the safari tents and to the lodges. But this is a real-time walk, as I say, down to the main facilities. beautiful blue skies, beautiful weather for the entirety of our stay. So check-in, as I say, was 4 p.m. on Friday, 9:30 check-out on the Monday. And I do believe, so it's my partner that booked this. It was kind of almost a last-minute break. We booked it just a week before, and I think we booked that directly through Waterside rather than a kind of third-party owner. So as you can see, there's different types of static homes dotted around, some of which I think were privately owned. Some of them are lets, some of them have decking, and they're generally set out as kind of avenues and sectioned off so that it's easy to find your bearings. There's also a bus service actually, so the number 13 bus actually goes around the Bowleaze Cove complex and over to Weymouth Beach. So here we are, we have reached the kind of main hub area, if you will. So when you check in, this is where you'll park up. If you're coming in, I think there's only one direction actually. It can look a little bit confusing in that it says owner's reception, but that is actually the main reception area. So when you check in, they'll tell you a little bit about the facilities. They will give you your passes to use the swimming pools and to enter the venue for the evening's entertainment, and also give you a barrier pass so you can get on and off the site. So a little bit of parking across the way there. As we span around there, there was a laundrette and where housekeeping is based. We're quite fortunate actually, in a couple of times that we did drive down, we managed to find ourselves a space. So that straight ahead is the laundrette, just in case you're here for a longer period. So the static home we were in didn't have a dishwasher or washing machine, which is no great shakes. You wouldn't expect to have one in that size, but it was very well equipped. So we had a cooker, a gas cooker, microwave, a kettle, pretty much toaster, everything you would expect. All cutlery, plates, and as I say, almost everything felt like it was brand new. There's the pool and spa. So as I understand it, Bowleaze Cove has existed for around about 60 years in some kind of form. And looking around, I think what's probably happened is that they've added to it across the years. So near to where we were staying looked like what could have been an old shower block where perhaps there was some campsites, some camping grounds, and perhaps a couple of static homes. And then the stable section and safari tents looked much more recent. There's the Bowleaze Cove sign for your selfies. And then into this bit, so the other bit we just walked past was the main reception. This is the owner's reception, but upstairs we're going to the very impressive arena, which looks like the latest addition. Again, everything here looked almost brand new. There is a lift if you struggle with stairs, and there was great accessibility around the entirety of the site. So we're just looking out here across the outdoor pool, which we did have a dip in. Yes, it was a hot day, but the pool was, I don't think it's heated, but it certainly was not cold. It was very comfortable indeed. And they do have some of the activity sessions on the outdoor pool. So that would be some water walking, or zorbing as some people call it. And we had some kind of inflatable jet skis. So I can't imagine they go very fast on that water, so it might have been that they were more aimed at kids. Across the way there is the indoor pool, and this seating outside, thinking of the size of the park, you would think that that would get full pretty quickly, but we didn't really experience any issues. There was no booking needed to use the swimming pool, indoor or outdoor, and there was a sauna and a steam room that was included in the price, as well as 2 water slides. One of them a little bit shorter. Just be wary, I would say, if you're a bit taller like me and you come down at speed, I did bang my back on the bottom of the pool. Okay, so this is the venue. We got 2 pool tables. We had a shuffleboard, which we had a go on. So that is just £10 for an hour. You do need to book that as an activity, and then we'll ask for payment to secure the booking. Some nice grounds outside. We got a couple of dartboards there, screens throughout that were showing the F1 when we were there, and other sporting events, and some nice little booths, a little bit more privacy if you're there with the family. And food wise, what I would say is a lot of resorts kind of feel like you're treated as a bit of a captive audience, so all the prices are hiked up, but this is kind of, I think it's on par with a normal kind of pub pricing. So you could get something like a burger for around about £15, so it wasn't massively expensive. Drinks, alcoholic, a little bit more pricey, but that tends to be the way of it these days. Some toilets just off to the right here, and just behind there is the lift to go down to the ground floor. Staff across the site, all friendly, all helpful. It's those nice little touches that make you feel welcome and help you enjoy your holiday a little bit more. Obviously, if you have blue skies, as we can see here, then that makes life even better. And then we're going to come around to the on-site spa. Now, by spa, I don't mean where you get massage treatments. I do mean SPAR, as in the retail chain. And again, what I would say is, rather than being a captive audience where coffee is going to cost you 10 quid, these prices in some instances were even cheaper than those in our local area. So we had a combination of different things. We had some food from the chips shop. We also bought some food from the spa as well, particularly at lunchtime. We do things like salads, sandwiches, hot wraps, the usual stuff, as well as a fairly decent selection of different frozen meals, pizzas, all the things that you would expect, and of course some more practical things. Whilst I remember, when you book in, there will be a tea towel, and it looks like you've not been given any washing up liquid or soap. They are actually wrapped up inside of there, so you don't need to head over to the spa and pay for more. Whilst I was talking about that, we crossed over the road to Southside. So this is still part of Waterside, and the venue is not the the sports bar that we saw just before. That is not the entertainment complex. It's actually across the road here. And so we had that kind of covered walkway, and we come across to then the fish and chip shop. Again, price-wise, just a little bit more expensive than we'd probably pay around the local area. Fish and chips seems to have been gotten very expensive just recently. But queuing times weren't too bad. What will happen is you go and place your order. I'll give you a little buzzer and an estimate of the time that it will take for your order. So there's not a massive queue inside, and you can go and collect it. Here's the signs for everything that is going on around Southside, and this, I think, was probably the most impressive part of the park. So I was here with my partner, with my mother-in-law and our 15-year-old daughter, soon to be 16, and actually all of us had a wonderful time. We were all really impressed. We're quite fortunate in that we enjoyed quite a lot of weekend getaway breaks, and this just seemed to have a little bit of everything. So we've been to Woolacombe, we've been to, I'm trying to think of other places, Ladram Bay. We've been to quite a few of these. Honestly, when we booked it and it was a 2-berth, I was a little bit worried about how comfortable it would be for us, but I needn't have been concerned. And then again, the facilities, with videos like this on YouTube, you can pretty much see what you're getting. before you've left the comfort of your own home. So you can see what you're getting in terms of the facilities, but not necessarily your accommodation. So we walked past the fish and chip shop there. Everything around here, again, is just immaculately kept. There's a wonderful kind of Mediterranean vibe, excuse me, with palm trees. There's some picnic tables there. And then as we come down a little bit further, there's kind of some seating here. And then there's an array of deck chairs. And again, a lot of places you'll go and you go to, say there's a beach, you can go down there and you probably have to pay something in the region of £5 per sun lounger or deck chair. Whilst these weren't physically on the beach, they were all placed in front of giant screens. The screen isn't up at the moment, but it's that you can see it just there. So all these are placed out. Again, it's mostly live sports, so it's not a kind of concert type venue. It's not an outdoor entertainment area, or at least it wasn't when we were there. But as you can see, lots and lots of deck chairs, no extra cost. You can sit outside in the glorious sunshine and enjoy it. The Riviera that's there in the background, we'll come back to that a little bit later in the video. I'll give you some of the history of it. And this is Bowleaze Cove. So this is part of the complex, and as I mentioned earlier, it is dog friendly, at least up to the little pier area that you can see there. There's a pebble beach to the left, and then over to the right that turns into sand. And this is kind of further round Weymouth Beach, which is a really excellent beach. We've got lovely clear blue waters there, and there was a relatively good incline into the sea. So I did have a little bit of a dip, didn't get in completely, but it's not something with a really quick drop off. It's actually quite shallow, quite comfortable. Cleanliness wise, really couldn't fault it. Obviously with dogs on there, looks like people were being responsible. You can understand that a lot of the blue flag beaches wouldn't want pets on there. And we're just trying to zoom in here. It will get a little bit shaky. We're just zooming in to what is across the bay there, which is Weymouth. And then as we pan around, what we're looking at there is Portland. So this is the island with the famous lighthouse, which we have visited on one of our previous trips to Weymouth. We are familiar with the area. And so yeah, a really kind of big, nice area. I'm not sure what the occupancy was of the park whilst we were there, but we didn't ever really struggle for somewhere to sit. That was the same indoors and outdoors. We did head down to the venue, the entertainment venue, a little bit earlier, so we do have an evening bingo on. You'll need to pick up your tickets between 6:30 and 7. You need to get a little bit of a wriggle on, depending on when you're going to eat your evening meal as well. And then the entertainment kind of follows that. So as you'd imagine, it's fairly similar across a lot of the parks. Most of the early evening stuff is going to be child orientated. It'll be discos and little quizzes, things like that. They then move over to the bingo. It's usually then kind of almost like an interval act, and then there will be the centre stage. The centre stage during our stay was a trio of gentlemen singing different songs from the decades on the first evening. The second evening was a kind of comedy stroke drag act, which were really good with crowd participation. That was a good show. And then on the final evening, there was a vocalist that sang all the songs that you'd be familiar with. And as I've been talking around that, we've walked through the arcade. There are actually 3 on site, some of which are larger than others. So this is the largest of them, and as you can see, it is very well equipped. And again, everything in here looks almost brand new. As we go here, this is a kind of standalone theme park. So this looks like it's more aimed towards younger children. So if you've got children, I would say up to, let's say, 12 years of age, And I think this is going to be really good value for money because it's a wristband. You pay £8 and your child will get 3 hours to play on any of, or go on any of the rides that they wish in that time. Then a couple of shots just to end the video of different areas around the beach area. We had the Drift Cafe there. I didn't have a look at the prices actually because we didn't eat in there. And then as well as the beach, we had this lovely little rocky area where the children seem to have a very good time. Again, nice areas that won't cost you the earth. There's Southside and the arcade. And then just to finish the video off, we'll talk a little bit more about the Riviera. So the Riviera is a popular landmark if you're familiar with Weymouth. I'm sure it's on most of the posters and things like that. Very stylised Art Deco building that unfortunately has been left, not into rot into disrepair, but it's a bit of a tricky building because it's a listed building, which means that they can't pull it down. And the style of it means that it can't really be repurposed, I wouldn't have thought, for anything other than another hotel, possibly some kind of apartments. It seems a bit of a shame that it's been left to go the way it has. We did see some people doing some kind of survey there, so hopefully it will get some investment soon because it's quite prominent there at the end of Weymouth and near Bowleaze Cove. So all in all, would I recommend Bowleaze Cove Holiday Park? It's an easy yes for me. It was very affordable and the facilities were excellent. Obviously the good weather helps, but I think in terms of the facilities, the south side, how well everything's kept and just the broad range of things that you can do that don't actually cost any money, just even sunbathing. It was a very, very enjoyable weekend and one I would easily recommend if you're thinking of making a booking. If you've enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing.